Ah.
Ah.
Cheers.
Let's start this off with a cheers.
Change the juju.
Are you making guacamole? Well, how do you get rid of stress?
Not well. 2 hours. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Arts and crafts are not my bag, baby. Ugly. Like, I freaked out doing a gingerbread house. I think you sabotaged me. Hey, are you making guacamole? If I didn't think I'd be the laughingstock of all the moms.
A meet George Jetson type thing, like beep boop beep. Mom, I need a mum.
Yeah.
Beep boop beep. I came back downstairs and there's a mum. What is for dinner? Did you make guacamole?
Beep boop beep beep beep. I made guacamole. Ciao, ciao.
Guac you later.
Welcome to the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis Podcast. I'm Megan.
And I'm Shaen. We're here to talk about the wild ride of raising kids, growing careers, keeping life together in the middle of all the chaos.
So buckle up, because we're all in this crazy journey together.
Ah. All right, cheers. Let's cheers.
Cheers.
Let's start this off with a cheers.
We're going to start this off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers. And maybe this first sip will
right.
change the juju.
Rarely do we sip at the same time, but it is now later in the week. This is way later in the week than we usually
Yes.
do this, record it. But we're in the studio, which is good because we had some cancellations tonight, which was nice.
Really nice.
But you and I didn't say more than probably 2 words the whole day
No.
because of work. And then after work, which it is now, well, I mean, kind of. You've been working way past banker hours at least.
Yeah, banker hours, which
That's right.
we know is
And I was
gorgeous.
like, how's it coming, honey? And you're like, beep, 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 beep. It was not great. So I was like, oh, glad I asked.
I know.
So do you want to air anything that's non-confidential?
Oh my gosh.
Just get it off your chest.
Do people just have those days where it's like everybody needs everything right now, and it's always an emergency, but it's not an emergency, and it's like everyone's thing is just the most important thing, and you're like, I got my own things to do, like,
Yeah.
and so then you're just left with
Yeah.
dealing with everyone else's stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it's just been and it just kept piling on. It was just like,
It's called your fire drills are having fire drills.
yes, yeah.
Good.
You hear like the ding of the email or the IM come through, and you're just like,
You don't even want to read it.
no.
Yeah.
You don't. You just
Right.
dread it.
That's right.
In that moment.
Well, it was about a year ago. I was in a similar spot before a change of course, and I remember telling you, like, it's not even a dumpster fire at this point. We're basically a dumpster fire on a boat that is on fire, that is in a bay that is on fire with remember like Game of Thrones, how the water was on fire. Oh, now yours is so sad. Normally it's my mic that's sad, but Megan's mic just took the dive. All right, we're back. We got technical difficulties. We had to bring all the grips in and everything, and it was a big, 15 people you guys don't see behind the scenes.
I
came
know.
in.
They are really helpful, though.
Helped us out. Thanks, guys and gals.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Great. We couldn't do this without you guys. All of you, really. Thanks.
I know. It's
Anyways,
should have been an actor.
yeah. But that's what mine was, right? It was
Yeah.
just like, and the ship's going down, by the way, too, and we're not going to make it to port. So that was like this flaming ship that's just sinking, coming into port. That's not going to make it. Like in
Yes.
Captain Sparrow in the very first one.
And he's standing on the flag, and it's just,
He hops off onto the
Yeah.
dock the second, the last bit of the mast goes underwater.
Yeah, and you hear the bloop, bloop as it goes down. Oh, well, thank you for that reminder, because that put my day in perspective. Mine was just a day, right? Where you're like,
Well, I'm sorry. You've had a rough day.
just tense all day.
Yeah, just tense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to have a couple difficult conversations, like where I felt argumentative. I'm usually not an argumentative person, but I was like evaluating. I don't know if anyone does this, but evaluating in the middle of a conversation, like, am I just being confrontational? Like, am I being difficult? Like, am I just being too hard to get along with right now?
Yeah.
Not a good spot to be at work, but
It's funny you say that to some degree because, that's not your personality. And I think
No,
that's
not
something
usually.
you've grown into,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, within our relationship, airing some of our behind the scenes type stuff, I mean, there's been times where I'm like, hey, I need work Megan to show up. Because I know you say you tie on your big boy shoes and pull up your big boy boots or whatever it is. And sometimes when you're off of work, you let that go. And it's like in our
I do.
personal lives, it's like I need you to bring that sense of urgency and that sense of get her done.
Yeah. Yeah.
to
And that's
personal
not
life.
because that's not my normal mode.
And it wasn't at work for a while either. I mean, you've matured in your career, and you've matured in where you are with the company, and I think that's just something that comes with the turf to some degree. That you either learn it or you get trampled.
Right. And I've learned it, and it's a learned thing, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's no matter how much I've learned to do it, it doesn't ever make it like comfortable it's never natural.
Right.
I think that's the feeling, right?
Yeah.
Is like it's still feels foreign to me, and I have to focus on it.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just like crash out tonight. I'll just be so tired because I had to focus on it so much.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of mental energy.
It does. And I've been doing the same thing the last 2 weeks too, just mental energy, where I just said I'm tired mentally, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been having to focus so much and this and that. And it's just so weird how that will drain you at a desk job.
Mm-hmm.
You're not digging trenches all day long, but you can come back mentally, which is almost physically exhausted
Yes.
from mental gymnastics.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was ironic. I don't know if that's the right word, but I was filling out something, and in this thing I was working on, it was like, what are the physical requirements of the job? And I was like, sitting at a desk? I was like, there are none. I didn't even know what I would put. Like, I literally could be immobile. In fact, I was earlier this year immobile, still doing this job. So I'm like, what are you trying to get at here?
Yeah. Almost all they say now is like, if you look at, I guess I haven't looked at a lot of resumes or job descriptions lately, but the only thing I can remember that always stood out to me, especially at a professional job, was like ability to lift 20 pounds.
Oh, yes.
Because maybe that's the weight of your desk files when you get fired. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I can't name one time I lifted 20 pounds the entire time I worked in finance for, almost a quarter century.
Right. But yet, every year we have the annual safety training, and it truly does, like the steps of plan your lift, bend at the knees, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
I've used this zero in my career.
Everybody's bringing their back belts in on those days. Like, we got a proper squatting
Yes.
and lifting
Yeah.
is an important thing.
Super important in some jobs, just not the one I hold.
Not so much.
And
Not so much. In fact, I've been doing so much computer work. I know I complained to you this last week.
It's so funny.
It's not that funny, but don't build it up too much like that. Because, but I was doing so much clicking on these programs that it wasn't carpal tunnel, but my wrist and my forearms were killing me. Like, I was switching off hands to click and move the mouse on these different screens to get to this question, then proceed on to the next and the next. And my arms were on fire. I mean, if you've ever, I'm trying to think, I don't know what girls do that might be, because I've never been a girl. But like when I used to play basketball, like I would hang on a rim, or if you lift resistant weights, there's times when you lift so much that after the fact, you get sore to the point where you're weak from it. Like,
Oh,
my gosh,
yeah.
I can't lift anything with my biceps because I was so much.
100%.
That's how my forearms were simply just clicking on a computer screen. And my neck, because I was looking at that certain angle, was like, so it's been tough. I might need some time off in the Caribbean.
I think you might.
Yeah.
And
A little
there's
spa day or something like that.
maybe.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see
More
if
to
we
come
can
on
get
that
that.
one, maybe.
But that's pretty funny because you, who works out very regularly, But apparently you need to do some finger exercises or wrist exercises. You might need to add those to your gym routine.
Yeah.
Strengthen that.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. Very weak. Very weak forearms, apparently. Well, this last weekend, one of the big things for us was you had to tackle the mum.
Oh my gosh. I did tackle the mum.
Yeah. You put on all your pads.
I did.
You got the black marks between your eyes.
Uh-huh.
You got in a 3-point squat and you tackled that stinking mum.
I got the mum, man.
You didn't do any of that, but you got it done.
I did. Yeah, with the exception, I think I just have to put so it can hang around her neck.
But you thought, when you were going into it, what did you think?
I thought it would be a multi-day thing. Like if I could spend 2-3 hours on it on the weekend, and then maybe it would be a couple extra hours through the week.
Yeah.
Is what I had budgeted.
Right.
And I am happy to report 2 hours. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Like it is done. And I think it looks okay.
I think it looks great. It's our first one.
It's our first one.
When you Google them, there's quite the scale of, there's a lot of different. You can go well beyond what you did.
You could.
But I think yours was well within the range of very nice and very normal.
As tasteful and as nice as these things can be, I think it is about as nice as one of these things can be. I mean, the reality is they're ugly.
That's right, and it's not audacious.
It's
she can walk around with it.
Yeah.
I think it checks all the boxes. You did a great job on it, so
thank
nicely
you.
done. Because I know, and this was the funny part about it, because, and this is, I want to say this tastefully to some degree, but I have more of the creative.
Oh yeah.
Flair in the family.
Totally.
Not that you don't have great taste and all that kind of stuff. But
Arts and crafts are not my bag, baby.
so I went into this being like, okay, I got to make a mum, right? Like, okay, that's fine. I know. And I totally, we can look back through our lifetimes where, I've done the sewing, I've done the arts and crafts, I've done, all that kind of stuff.
Some perspective, I freaked out doing a gingerbread house.
Oh my gosh, it is one of the highlights of our children's life.
I mean, this was misery. Anyway, and it was terrible.
By freaking out, you lost your stuff.
I lost my stuff. The thing collapsed. It didn't even stay together 5 minutes. It collapsed. I mean, it was a joke.
Oh
and
my
I
gosh, the whole
hated
thing.
every minute of it.
And the kids knew it. I mean, it was the worst experience for them, because the previous year I did it with them.
You always did it with them. That's why I was like, why am I doing this? You guys know I'm terrible.
I don't know why I got kicked out of it that year, but
I think you self-selected to not do it.
I think I just kind of wanted to test the waters.
I think
maybe
you sabotaged me.
I may have.
You totally did.
Anyway, so so I was going into this thinking I'm going to make a mom, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then I had mentioned it at some point, maybe on a soccer sideline, maybe somewhere. I had mentioned oh yeah, we're getting the mom, I'll probably have to do it. And then I could see Megan, I could see that you were just kind of I could see that was a pride thing a little bit. Like a mom was no. I think moms are supposed to do the mom, right? And you kind of bristled up a little bit. From a pride standpoint, oh, I can't be the mom that doesn't do the mom.
Right, because the moms do the mom.
Yeah, moms do the moms.
Right? And I was like, I'll never be able to show my face if I can't do this mom.
So I backed off. I totally gave it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you went, bought all the stuff. You were on top of that. You didn't procrastinate on that. You didn't pile it anywhere. You got right to it. All of this is antithetical to your usual, right?
It is.
Standard. It's not your norm, right? And you were all over it. So that's why I want to make a big deal of the fact that you kind of got slapped in the face, right? With a metaphorical, can you do this? Yeah, you stared in the eyes and you nailed it. So good job.
Thank you. Now, the 15-year-old was way less impressed than you are.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just expected it to be there. I think that is a classic. What are they? Generation what? He's a millennial still, right?
No, he's
Not alpha.
Gen Z. He's Gen Z.
That's right. He's a Gen Z. So I think it's a classic, like a Meet George Jetson type thing. Like you type something into the wall computer,
yeah,
and it spits it out.
yeah,
So you're his wall computer. He's like, beep, boop, beep. Mom, I need a mum.
yeah,
And then he went upstairs and probably played video games for 2 hours.
yeah.
And then beep, boop, beep. He came back downstairs and there's a mum. And it wasn't like, oh, wow, Mom, you did great. I can't believe all the hard work you did into this. And like, look how you measured everything and everything is, symmetrical. Like, wow, Mom, you did great. Thanks for doing. And you put the gold over that. Like, you had to think about that. Like, Mom, thank you so much for making this a special thing for me and my girlfriend. No. He was like, beep, boop, beep. Okay, I got the mum now. Good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
I know you wanted that.
I know. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Although,
Actually, I filmed it.
oh yeah, we have a video. We really should post it.
Here's what he said. I remember exactly what he said after you showed it to him. Beep, boop, beep. You spits out. Like the microwave drawer opens up. Here's your mum,
Yep.
And then this is what he said. Oh, I thought you were going to say
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it.
He said, are you making guacamole? When Meghan was like looking for all this, like a hug and like, I can't believe, Mom, after the gingerbread house fiasco and all that.
I know.
Like you really doubled down and you got after it. I just tears are streaming down his face because you did this. You stepped up.
Stepped up.
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you for spending time on the one afternoon that you actually had available and putting off all the other things that you had to do for making this for me. Hey, are you making guacamole? I was like, wow.
I got it on video. Because I actually did think, like, hey, this is a big moment,
I know.
She's presenting the mom that she made for her son at his first homecoming for, his first girlfriend not his first girlfriend, but the first girl he's taking to a dance.
Yeah.
And wow, that air came out of that balloon fast.
Oh my gosh. It wasn't even like you
So
let it out. I mean, he
fast.
just popped the balloon. Like it,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was like decimated.
Oh
Oh my
my
gosh.
gosh.
I was like, this kid.
Yeah.
You're right. That your George Jetson metaphor though is I think they think laundry's that way too. Like
Yeah. Everything we do is that way.
yeah. I'm gonna wear clothes and dirty them. I'm
Yep.
not gonna do anything about it.
Mhm.
But beep boop beep beep beep.
Yeah.
I need my clean clothes.
It comes out. That's right. That's why introducing them to things like emptying the dishwasher. Now they make their own beds, some of that stuff. And hopefully that doesn't sound spoiled. And they've always done chores, but making them do chores is like, oh my gosh, like somebody has to actually do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen.
Just doesn't happen.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know, for you, is that kind of a. Do we think it's more of a gender thing? Because, like, I do feel like our daughter assumes more responsibility without us telling her than the boys. Or is that just our boys?
Based on the final part of that question, I hope it's just a gender thing and not just our boys, because I think we are trying, and I aim to try to, raise gentlemen that are responsible, that are kind, that all that kind of stuff. But I do think there is some level of just the X gene or the Y gene.
Yeah.
The combination thereof. It really is stretching its limits on cognitive ability, emotional maturity through these years. Anything with an T on the end of it is difficult during these years. And I'm not saying and I don't think our sons are any different. They're great kids.
Yeah.
They're doing really well. They're going to do great in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did find myself telling our oldest this last week, I think, like, look, bud, I'm not there yet. I can't imagine living life without you under my roof. And this is after he threw some attitude at me that was like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, like you've got an opinion here and you don't like what I did.
Yep.
And that's okay. But I told him, I was like, there's going to come a time when it is time for you to move out of this house.
Mhm.
And the way that works is natural. You're going to start naturally moving away from thinking I have all the answers, thinking I'm Superman, to thinking I'm an idiot. And that's okay. I'm going to be subbed out under the sideline, and you're going to sub in your friends.
Yep.
And that's okay. But, and this was a tough conversation to have because we kind of like hit butt heads. It was the first time we've ever butt heads. I mean, butting heads, we didn't even do that. I just listened to him to some degree. And then I told him, I said, look, buddy, I am the type of dad that you're not going to slap me in the face with being just a little bit rude to me and condescending to me and not expect me to verbally have a strong discussion back.
Right.
And what I said to him was like hit back, but I don't want anybody to ever interpret that as physicality. There's no
Right.
physicality there.
Exactly.
This is just like, we're going to have a discussion. I'm not going to say like, I'm not just going to shrink down or, there are certain things that I know when I grew up that drove me crazy.
Yeah.
And one of them was the fact that I just felt like I never had a real conversation. It was always, I was the crazy one and the other people were perfect and, that kind of stuff. I don't want to get too deep into that, obviously, but I told him, I was like, hey, look, we're going to have conversations. That's great.
Yes.
I never want you not to feel like you can't tell me when I'm doing something wrong or you have issues with something or you have issues with something that has nothing to do with me. I want you to always be able to come to me.
Right.
But let's just make sure we do it on a respectful basis with one another.
And that's exactly right. I read something this week. It's like you are allowed, in fact, encouraged to have an opinion, but that does not give you the right. This is a parent speaking to a child, but that does not give you the right to be disrespectful or rude. Like, there's a big difference, and that's exactly, I think, what you were talking to him about.
Yeah, and he wasn't, because I could tell. This was our very first instance, really, with this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I could tell he was trying to be measured with it. Like, I could tell he wasn't trying to be disrespectful. And by the end of the conversation, which it's great, that's the only good thing about the fact that we have an hour drive to soccer practice every night of the week, is that I'm still lucky enough, and it almost brings a tear to my eye, that they sit up front with us.
Yeah.
We've got a Sprinter van that everybody knows now because we've done it on this. They could sit in back and watch TV.
Yeah, they could.
They could watch movies. They could do whatever they want. They could listen to music. There's so much stuff in there. It's awesome. It's decked out back there. But they choose to sit up front with us still.
Exactly.
So it can't be too far off the base. And they want to talk. Because of that, they talk.
Yeah.
And they sleep half of the way, but we talk during that time.
Yeah.
Right? And that's huge to me.
Me too.
And I know you have great conversations on that.
Yeah.
On that during those time frames too, when we switch off, because we have to switch off and all that. But that's what I was saying. At the end of it, I could tell that he was really kind of mad about something else.
Yeah.
And I was taking the brunt force of that emotion, which, to circle this back to your first question, that's probably a guy thing, or it's a learned thing, because I do that in this house too. There's times when I know, like, I'm having a tough day, and I can't always leave it when I walk out of my office, right? Or when I walk back in the garage door.
Right.
And sometimes I take it out.
I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just tonight when you asked me, like, so how's your day looking, or how's your night looking, and my response, like, you didn't need to hear that, and I'm sorry.
And I walked away. I didn't want to hear it. I was like, I don't need that right now. Like, I thought about it too, because that was interesting. Because you're really good about asking, like, how was your day, and listening to it. And I'm not as good sometimes, especially when I'm just so focused on something else. I think we talked about it last week, or I talked about it last week, where I'm like, I literally have to cognitively, like, stop myself and be like, proper next step, Shaen. Ask how her day was. You know what I mean? And that's usually after I've unloaded on you, probably. Not to the point you did. That was a sharp reaction. Which
it was a sharp reaction.
That's 1 out of a million for you, honestly. It's probably the first time you ever answered that way, honestly. But you got to be able to unload that. And so I was thinking about it too. I was like, I don't want to hang her for that, because you need to be able to come to me with that
Right.
without feeling like you messed up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm the one safe spot you should have for that.
Yeah. You are. And
Yeah.
and I really do try not to be that sharp, but it is really hard in a moment when, there's just a lot going on at that one moment, and that was, my id response or whatever.
Yeah, bad timing. And it was 26 minutes past the time we had already planned on doing something else.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was probably a little bit like, okay, clock is ticking, type thing too.
Yeah, and I was just, so
Yeah.
but all that to say is it is hard in that moment to step out
Yeah.
and be like, okay, I gotta.
And you're usually
Put that
really
away.
good at that. You're usually really good at that. So I know. It's probably has a lot to do with it. At the end of the day, you're like, I am trying to unplug here. And they just keep throwing stuff at me.
Yeah.
It's like I am trying to stand up from the desk, and that's the one downside of working from home.
Yeah.
Is your work is literally at the house.
It's always there. Yeah.
You're not like, guys, I gotta get home because I gotta get to soccer practice. So
Yeah.
you gotta actually leave, and it's like, okay, I've got 20 minutes. That if you want to call me in the car, great, but I can't be on my computer.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean, here you can.
Yeah.
So take it or leave it, corporate America. You actually get. I think out of professionals that are truly professional, you get a lot more work out
Oh.
of people working from home.
Completely.
Because I'm not driving to work.
Yep.
I'm not at the water cooler with people
Yep.
for 30 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you have way better work-life balance
Oh yeah.
when you do it.
Right.
Requiring people to go into the office, that wasted work time of driving to the office is just, now that we've done it,
Oh my gosh.
it's the biggest waste of time.
It is. And, in the Metroplex when traffic is bad, almost anywhere I think traffic is bad
Yeah.
at this point. But yeah, because you're like, that time can't be repurposed. And
Yeah.
and I very quickly, as did you, repurposed any type of drive time into just extra work time.
Oh yeah, instead of working,
Like-
9 hours at the office and 2
Right.
hours commuting, I'm working 11 hours from the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in my office
Oh yeah.
at 6:04 every morning,
Mm-hmm.
working.
Yeah.
And then I leave at 7:20 to take the kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back at 7:54 to hug our daughter,
Yep.
tell her I love her, and she gets on the bus,
Yep.
and then I go back to work.
Go right back in.
Yeah. So
Oh, you do. Don't forget the 30 seconds you take to warm up your coffee again.
So here's what I was thinking. I got to do something today that used to be my only stress outlet.
Yes.
I'll say it, but
How was it?
but how do you, on a day like today, how do you get that stress out? Because you're talking about difference between guys and girls. Like for me, that stress when I stand up and walk out of the office, it doesn't just fall off. It doesn't fall. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of like a waterfall that only has, you just let a little bit of water out and it goes over the waterfall for a little while, and then once that water was shut off, it's done. There's no more waterfall, right?
Right.
I feel like that's how you handle some of your stress. Like once you stand up and walk away, okay, sure, there's a little bit more water coming down, but once that final water goes over the waterfall, that's the last of your stress, and you're able to move on from it. For me, and maybe it's just me or maybe it's men, I don't know, but I don't shed that waterfall as quickly. I don't shut the water off all the way. Maybe it's less, but that waterfall will still trickle,
Yeah.
maybe even to the next day.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do you do that? And then if you are stressed out, like how do you get rid of stress?
Not well. I mean,
You don't have, or do you not have a mechanism? Because
So-
you should.
I should, and I did. I used to like working out after work
Yeah.
until I hurt my knee, and now I'm really struggling to find. I mean, we already wake up early and we go to bed late, and there's not a whole lot of time. So I do need to figure out when to get that in there, because there were times when I was like, and I know running on a treadmill is not the best workout, but for me, it was the one thing that I could do, because I put in my earbuds, I get lost in music, and I get 30 minutes of just me. Like, like whatever music is going on, and that's enough to break it.
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
But now I struggle, like, because I try, like, I talk to the kids, or music does it a lot. Like if I'm driving, I definitely have to like listen to music that fits my mood, stuff like that.
Because one thing that stuck with me that actually makes me a little sad, I think, and I'm sure people that watch this, maybe, I almost don't want to introduce this, but I kind of do, because I think about it a lot, and like, how come we can't do that? Why in this world, when we're trying to live it as best as we can, why can't we do it? But you made the comment that, what was it, 3 or 4 things, but you can't do them all, right? Career, family, working out, and friends, I think, are the 4 things.
Yep.
Right? And you can only have really 3 of those. Max. And be successful at them. Right? So that means you got to give up career, which is not an option, because we have to pay, everybody's got to pay bills.
Right.
2, you have to make a living. 2, friends.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody likes to have friends. That's social outlet is fantastic, and these are the toughest times to have friends too, especially now that everybody's in their sports and all that kind of stuff. It's so hard.
So hard.
I honestly, we have a ton of friends, but we don't have any time to hang out with any of them.
Right.
Yeah. We used to invite people over to the house, and just go to other people's houses. I keep thinking like, oh, did we ruin those relationships or not? I don't think we did. We don't have, there's no time to do that now.
No, and they don't have the time either.
And they don't either. That's the chaos train that we talk about, for this podcast. 3 is family. That's an absolute.
That goes.
So career and family, you have to have.
Yeah.
I mean, family first.
Right.
Career second. Okay, friends. That's one that you might be able to cut back on a little bit. And then working out, right? Which, for a lot of people, their self-image is wrapped up in working out and how they look and all that kind of stuff. And to look the way everybody wants you to look. Right. I mean, God, you got to work out for 5 hours a day. You can't have a job and look like that.
No.
Right? And I get genetics work into a lot of this. So I get it. As you get older, and I'm learning that right now. As you get older, it's even harder. But that always sticks with me. Like, gosh, I can't have all 3. Why can't I want all 4, I mean.
Yeah.
Why can't I?
Why can't I?
Yeah. And right now, you're having trouble juggling 2 of them.
2 of them. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
But today, you got to do your number 1 stress reliever.
My number 1 stress reliever, and I did. I went out to the backyard, and I shot hoops.
Yeah.
Played basketball for 34 minutes, and it was great. I mean, that is my one free space. When I was a kid, with all the troubles we had, I'd go to the front yard and I could shoot for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. There's never a time I didn't want to do it. Put on gloves when it was snowing, and I'd play in the snow. I'd play in the rain. That was my psychiatrist. I said that for the longest time. That was my psychiatrist, and that's where you get out all that anxiety, competitive angst, and that's the hardest thing. I've talked about it a little bit on this show, is that's the hardest thing for me. I don't know how other males handle it, because I'm not the most testosterone-laden male. Like, I don't have a lot of manliness. I got to get out all the time, and you know what I mean? Like, there's no Tim the Toolman Taylor inside of me. You know what I mean? But there is a level of, like, for me, some of those frustrations build up, and it's like sports and competitiveness is how you let that out. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, and we'd lose a game or something like that, or you hit somebody in a basketball game, or, you punt a ball or something. Who knows? You yell at somebody, you're running. I mean, there's physicality. That's how you got rid of it. And I haven't played. I mean, basketball is not a part of my life anymore. It hasn't been for 18 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So going out there doing it today was fantastic. So it is nice. It was nice to get out there and just hear the bounce of the ball, to hear the net, that muscle memory, even strapping on the shoes. Well, we've got a big weekend up for us, and any married couple, they know their weekend. It's our anniversary.
It is 18 years.
18 years. 18 years. That is crazy.
Isn't it? Because, 18 years feels like a long time, but I don't feel like that was 18 years ago.
It's just not been 18 years.
Like our marriage is a full-grown adult.
Actually, we're at the. It is. Oh my gosh, our marriage has gone to high school and it's on its way to college.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
If that doesn't make you feel old.
I know, right?
Everything these days just makes you feel old. You know what I mean? Our older generation that watches this knows that. I mean, they got to know it, and they've been through another 25 years of it.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But 18 years sounds, I don't know. I mean, when it's 2 years, it sounds like a long time. You know, when people are celebrating 50, it doesn't sound like long at all.
Right. It's like, how does time just move that fast?
Yeah.
18 years? I mean,
18 years. So it's on Sunday, which means it's one day off. Were we married on a Friday night?
we were married on a Friday.
So it's 2 days off the actual one.
Yep.
So we're still, but you were already in Minnesota, and I was back because
For sure.
I was still in Las Vegas because backstory here, not a story, but the whatever it is, backstory here.
Yeah, the backstory.
So the backstory here is we owned a company that was in Vegas, and so I was still in Vegas while you came out to get ready.
Yep.
In fact, the biggest negative to that was the fact that you got to come out and do all the tastings, and I didn't get to taste.
So I had the tastings like 6 months before.
I know, and I didn't get to go out for that.
No, I
For all the hors d'oeuvres and all the food that we were going to have at the
Yeah.
reception, I didn't get to taste any of it.
I know. You didn't get to
Because I
taste
stayed
the
in
cake.
Vegas.
None of. I'm trying to remember.
Single guy in Vegas. What did
I-
I get up to? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I worked.
You worked.
Yeah.
I know what you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like and it wasn't salacious. It was truly just working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Driving the garbage truck around that we owned was not super super sexy.
Not super sexy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Check out the Instagram. I can show you one of our garbage trucks.
It's true.
Yeah.
Although, wasn't it the week of our wedding that?
Petey.
Yeah, that Pete was our. See, we do name cars. Yeah, Pete was the garbage truck. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry I interrupted.
But wasn't it the week of our wedding that somebody hit
Gertie.
Gertie? Yeah. So
We
we
named-
named all the work vehicles.
Really, when we were younger, all the work vehicles at least were, that was one of the work vans.
Mm-hmm.
And I got rear-ended.
Yeah, it was a hit and run,
It
right?
was a hit and run, yeah, but that's when I apparently had a memory, a good memory, because the guy that hit me, I remember it was a Jeep, and I looked at his license plate, and I remembered his license plate. I wrote it down, and I gave it to the cop, and that worked its way out through the system. But yeah, totally. I called you up. It was like 4 days before our wedding, and I'm like, I just got in a car accident.
Yes. And I was like, no, you didn't. I remember where I was sitting at my
Yeah.
parents' house going, no, you didn't. No,
It
no.
amputated both my legs and an arm. I hope you still love me.
Yes, we're getting married in 4 days. Like,
Good. You loved me for my personality, right?
and that beautiful face.
Yeah. And sorry. And I was burned to a crisp. I'd make light of that, but there are people that have been through that, I'm sure. And
It's true.
that
and I
is,
would still
I'm
marry
not
you.
trying to make light of that. But yeah, that was something that was stressful, I think, 4 days before we.
Yeah.
married.
Uh-huh. Because I remember not believing you,
Yeah.
which that's not my usual. Like, when you tell me something, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I don't ever question it. This one, I'm like, you're lying. Stop. This isn't funny.
Yeah. Oh man, those were not the days, but those were the days.
Oh my gosh. I had forgotten about the car accident with Gertie.
Yeah.
Good night.
So that would have been almost exactly 18 years from today, because it was like 4 days before we got married. So we're pretty darn close to that exact time frame
Yep.
where we sit today as we record.
Gosh, it was our wedding. I still look back on that entire weekend as just magical and it was just amazing. All of it.
Yeah, you just hope that everybody can look back, on their wedding and think that, right? And man, it was an awesome day, awesome couple of days. But
Oh,
that
yeah.
day, I mean, like, it was just so us,
Yeah.
even now,
Agreed. It was so true to us.
who
I
we are,
Totally agree.
right?
It all was just
Right. And if you were there, I think, and if you still know us now,
Yeah.
I think you could agree that, I mean, that was just all Shaen and Meghan
yeah.
from beginning to end, through and through.
Yep.
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 I mean, just the ambiance of it, the feel of it, every part of it to me was just purely.
I remember sitting in our office in Las Vegas, making the intros for our wedding party.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I just remember dying laughing.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, we can't say that, or oh, we should,
Yeah. Can we say that? Can we? We should.
We should.
Yeah.
Like it was so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. It was fantastic. I think a lot of people had fun there too.
Hope so.
Only sad thing about it, and then we'll let you guys go here. But the only sad thing about our wedding, I think, is the fact that it was pre-cellular phones. We got married before the iPhones were out, right?
Like well before, yeah.
Like we literally had, I think we put those disposable cameras on the tables for people to take pictures, so that we could get just like a couple extra pictures from the wedding, and so. It's different than now. Now you'd have 1,000 pictures.
Yeah.
But we had a photographer.
Of course.
And the photographer got what the photographer got, 250, 300. They got whatever they got, 300 pictures, and whatever they didn't get, And that was my one downside is that like our first dance, we actually took dance lessons.
Yeah.
And I am not a dancer, so I'm sorry for anybody that had to watch that. But Megan being a dancer, I thought it was important, that we put a real dance out there. I didn't want to do the two-step, for you.
Yeah.
So we took dance lessons, and, maybe it's a good thing it doesn't exist in real life because we look back and be like, oh, Shaen, that was...
We were, yeah.
Ooh,
Right.
But now it exists in our mind that, that was a special thing.
Yeah, exactly. And in our minds, we were amazing.
I would not say that. I would never say that. I would not say. You were great, I'm sure.
I'm sure you were fantastic.
was probably more of the Tin Man or the Scarecrow or somewhere in between. Cowardly Lion, all three of them.
No. I think it was, we have enough pictures to know that it was just fine.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. Like, you think about all of the candid and, like, just everyone else's perspective that you would have from a wedding nowadays.
Yeah.
And I know some people did send my...
Videos. We don't have any video.
No.
Not one video.
We only have pictures because people couldn't video. And some people did. Like, they would send... And, in fact, actually, one of my favorite pictures of us, I think, was taken by my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sent to my parents and then back to us. And, so, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we got that coming up this weekend. We got a couple soccer games coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
That's really it for now.
We are officially into fall, and I feel like it is flying.
Yeah.
October, like once you get to October, the rest of the year just races.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our
It
kids are
does.
putting together their Christmas lists. Does anyone else's children put together a Christmas list before it's officially fall?
I think we got our first Christmas like 2 months ago.
Oh
though.
my God, I know. It had like pictures of Santa on it.
They're
like,
so great too. They one year we got a PowerPoint with like Amazon like links to like where they were. They gave us like the budget, how much they cost.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
We're like,
how much do you think we actually spend? You need to narrow this down a little bit. Oh my gosh, too funny. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. Yeah, Halloween stuff's coming out pretty soon here. Next week is October. So we got to do all that.
We got to get all that stuff out.
That's fun.
We got to start pulling stuff down from the attic.
Yeah.
Bring out the gargoyles and.
Yep. Good fun.
And then the second that comes down, all the Christmas stuff goes up.
Yep. That means I got to start doing leaves, getting these out of the pool, out of the yard. A lot of stuff comes with fall.
But it is the best time of year.
Best time of the year.
Not quite the most wonderful time of the year, but.
Well, that's why we didn't say the most wonderful.
But a great time of year.
Because there is a time that'll come when it is the most. Okay.
What?
Yeah, I'll start sounding like a 1950s singer. That's when that song came out, though. That's why I sound like that.
I know. I thought it was very ode to the original.
Yeah. You got a great 50s voice, I think.
Oh, I bet you would.
You heard me do it all the time. You always are like, I don't know how you would sound. I sing all the time, and you're like, I've never heard you sing. Even now, you just said, no, you don't. I sing all the time. All right. Anyways, all right, we need to come up with our three. We're getting so long.
Our
All
word.
right, our one word.
Okay, I have a dumb word, but okay.
Okay. All right. We only took like 2.5 minutes to figure that out. We're on it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Cancun. Mine's just a little foreshadowing. That's all I can say about mine. I can't even repeat it. Don't even repeat it. No. Mm-mm. In fact, I might bleep it out. Boop. All right, accomplish. Is that all to do with the mum?
No, I feel like we got quite a bit of. I feel like things have been accomplished.
Yeah.
Like across the board. But yes, the mum was a big part of it. But I do feel like there's been things that check things off the to-do list. I feel like you had a big accomplishment last week at work. I just hit my mouth on the mic. You know, I feel like accomplishment was the word of the week.
Yeah. It's good. That's a great word. If you summed up your last week with the word accomplishment, it's going to be a good week. Despite how you felt an hour ago, you know, that's got to be good. And I agree. We're checking a lot of boxes right now, which is really good.
Yeah.
Because we're I don't know. It's been a year, right? Everybody, we've been talking about it, that we've just been trying new things out. You know, we're rowing upstream, and it feels like we're still fighting the good fight and checking some boxes, which is accomplishment, which is great.
Yeah. Accomplishment, anticipation.
All right, one last question for you.
Yeah.
I really put the pressure on you here. What is for dinner? Did you make guacamole?
For the record, after I made the mum, I made guacamole.
I think that's good.
Ciao, ciao.
Guac you later.